I had a vision when I was 12, and I saw a man on a flaming pie, and he said, "You are Beatles with an A," and we are.
What is the anthology? It is the Beatles story.
The Beatles Anthology is a collection of reminiscences by the individual members of the Beatles, including John.
The Beatles Anthology, for me, is Paul, George and myself, and old footage of John, of course, and audio of us telling how we felt it was like to be a Beatle.
Everybody else and his uncle, you know, seems to have written or talked about the Beatles story.
But the Beatles have never been seen to be talking about it.
We've heard it from everybody else, now you can hear it from us.
Although it is difficult when four people are telling the story, because it's actually four different stories. I mean, you must realise it's got to be somewhat of a compromise when four people are involved. But we're trying to just say how it felt to us.
We thought it might be good from the inside out rather than from the outside in.
It is the greatest pop music story ever told.
Ringo, let's see. Come on now. What's happening?
Hey, are you ready for some football? Yes, it's Monday night. Let's go!
Real Love was different from Free as a Bird because it had been finished already. So we couldn't really get any words in or... in actual fact, because John's voice, there wasn't a kind of great upfront recording quality, I actually did another old Beatle trick of sing along with him. In things like I Want to Hold Your Hand, you go, oh yeah, which would be me and John singing in unison rather than harmony. So we did that on this one to bolster the quality of his voice. I kind of did a bit of a John Lennon impression. Because if I sang along with it, it didn't sound too good because my voice was much rounder than John's. His is much more, you know, there. So I had to do a bit of that. Real Love.
Real Love's poppy. It's more of a poppy song. It was more difficult, actually, because we'd already done it. So now we're we're doing it again. So, you know, for me, I felt it was more difficult to turn it into a real Beatle track.
I mean, I always used to feel if we ever sat down and had a little jam, it always used to work.
Always goes back to the music, to the personalities.
It's just some little magic that, you know, when you get certain people together, it produces, you know, it makes fire.
When I say go, go, go.
I'm trying to tell the story of the Beatles' lives in music.
One, two, three, four.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's very nice, because everyone's always been looking to be bigger than the Beatles, and suddenly, with the anthology sales, we're the ones who are bigger than the Beatles.
You know, I never expected it to be so huge again. You know, being a Beatle, it's always there, it's always around you. And when the anthology came out, and there was really two sides to it again. There was one was, wow, okay, everybody loves you.
I was glad we did it, and I thought it turned out well, and I was glad the way we did it.
I think the good thing about the extended version, which the videotapes will be, it's like, you know, making a single or an album. And, you know, the single was the TV show, and now you've got the album. So there's a lot more in-depth stuff that, you know, we can use.
I think it's good because it has more information in it.
Yeah, I love watching the Beatles. I think they're a great group. And I think, you know, with the anthology, we're allowed now to say it. When you're in the Beatles, it would have just seemed just arrogant. Now, you can talk about it as if it's another group.
So if you get your videos, you've got it all.
Well, here's a place you know just as real. It's just another place you can go.